Peace be unto you. This is your God brother opening up for the first time officially. Trying to fix some of the things that my brothers and sisters pointed out to me yesterday, namely the sound. Hopefully, the sound is a little better today. Thank you all for your feedback. Uh, and okay, I'm getting a little. I'm Man, thank you, Brother Cothrell. Man, good to see you. Hear from you, and good to see what you're doing on social media, you and your family. Please give your wife the greetings, your son, all the work that you all are doing, and the soldiering you're doing. I mean, you all got it going on, man. During this time, you got this you got this pandemic on lock, So thank you so much. Thank you for chiming in. I definitely appreciate you, big bro. And we got some unfinished work to do with each other. So look forward to that as well. So I'm on here today, man. First of all, greetings to all of you all. I hope that your days your day is going well to start. I am excited, to say the least, that we have finally begun. We have the comments coming in. I couldn't see them yesterday. Brother Antonio, appreciate you, soldier. Thank you so much, man. That's just exciting just to see your comments. I couldn't see them yesterday, so now I'm super excited because I can talk to you all as you chime in, let you know that I'm really happy that we can dialogue with one another. I got a few things I want to cover today. Namely, we got this pandemic, we got this virus globally, nationally, especially here in Chicago. We are restricted, though very few people are really adhering to the advice, suggestion, and even orders of the government here to socially distance, keep on a mask, and stay out of crowded places, or unnecessary movement outside and in certain environments. Um, we we're fortunate, those of us who follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and we're fortunate to have someone that when an instruction is given, a suggestion is given, advice is given, we take it seriously, and we try to do exactly what we've been instructed to do. So he said shelter in place, so we are still striving to do just that. Now, this vaccine is coming out. Peace, family, brother Chris, man, good to see you. Oh, good to see your comment there. Good to hear from you. I hope you and your family are doing well during this trying time. Man, excited. That's a brother who knew me when I was just a teenager. So man, it's good to see that brother still up and doing well. I follow your post on social media as well, brother Chris. Um, Let me see, what did brother Antonio say? Oh man, yeah. Well, eventually, brother Antonio, I'm definitely gonna get into some music, and I want to share some of what I've been blessed to produce. Definitely gonna do that. My big bro, Rob, 24. That's probably one of my favorite brothers. I don't like to put brothers on pedestals like that, but that's just a close brother. Man, salam alaikum, brother Rob. Man, it's good to hear from you, brother. Oh, my brother from, is that brother from? Yeah, that's my boxing brother, Supreme. boxing. Oh man, brother pardon me if I mispronounce your name, brother Murid. But we got some powerful brothers that are on this live right now. Man, I'm humbled. Like wow, it's a blessing to hear from you too, brother. I hope you and your family are doing well. Man, I can't wait till we get a chance to get around one another again. Man, brother has a beautiful spirit every time he comes around. It's always those ones, those hard hitters that are so kind, and you happy to be on their side. So I was getting into these vaccines, man, that are coming out, man, and I'm just fortunate that we have guidance to tell us, man, hey, we're not taking. Matter of fact, let me see, you know it. FOI, we always got that nearby. We don't want your vaccine. And if you didn't get an opportunity, go back and listen to Brother Student Minister Ishmael Muhammad's message yesterday. Goodness, man. If you talk about a lawyer, you talk about a witness bearer, a servant, that brother's ability to to channel the spirit of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and to deliver the word is top notch, man. And I'm always blessed to be able to see see him and hear from him and receive guidance from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan through him. But we should definitely be chiming in if we haven't into our Sunday messages and listen, because that guidance in there is unparalleled. You I don't know how you're making it through the week, to be honest with you, if you're not paying attention to NOI.org or their nation's program on Sundays. Going from there, we don't want your vaccines. I just want to pull up a little. I want to pull up a couple of things that are going on around the world via media. The media is letting us know if we understand words, if we understand how they communicate, then you can point out how they really view what is going on. Some of us may not be as apt into reading into things and looking and reading between the lines or finding key words. So I wanted to make sure I pointed those things out to you all today. Let me go here. Okay, so we see the cover of the Final Call newspaper. Hopefully you see that on your screen. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, hopefully you see that on your screen. Brother Antonio, tricknology of the enemy. My skin is not my sin, true wisdom. Yes, yes, yes. Praise be to Allah. Okay, so I wanted to show you this article right here. Let's go here. Now, this article says the virus is devastating the U.S. and leaving an uneven toll. Man, I see you watching Ish, man. Peace to the gods out there, man. I'm glad you tuning in to your little brother, your God brother show. But look at that word devastating. That's significant. This is a recent article, December 5th. When I see something like that, I take note of it. I always say, wow, they can paint one picture on one end, or maybe you go outside and you think everything looks normal. But to be honest with you, brother, they are acknowledging that this virus is out of their control. Devastating. Let's look at another one here. This other one, the U.S. is rounding the corner into a calamity, expert says, with COVID-19 deaths projected to double soon. We've been taught that there will be calamity after calamity. So very serious word use by the media over there at CNN, and that was, of course, the week before. Now, let me go here to this next one. Same kind of language. The U.S. could face an apocalypse by Christmas as COVID-19 cases surge. You believe me, when they're communicating among one another, letting each other know how serious this thing is. And it is truly very serious. I wanted to draw those things to you because if you're not, some of us, I realize we don't even watch the news. Yeah, I'm just being honest with you. I know a lot of people who do not watch the news. They do not concern themselves with what is going on because it's depressing. It's negative most of the time, but that's how they get their ratings. If something is going bad, believe me, they're going to stick to that story as long as they can because it brings advertising dollars and it grows their platform. So, but we're looking for the truth. We're trying to find that which is true so that we can order our steps in life according to truth. You're not going to get a lot of that, but if you are able to parse words and you know how to define words, then you might be able to find some truth in what is being what is coming on the news in the evenings or in the mornings or so on. So just letting you know, I spoke a little bit about that last night about words and the use of words. And I have a book. I don't know where I put it, but I have a book that formerly Brother Tony, now Brother Student Minister Malik Saeed Muhammad, and the Reverend Alfredi wrote together called The Power of Words. Significant in this time for us to understand the power of words. Brother Chris, what you say, apocalypse is a rarely used word. Absolutely. Exactly. And that's huge. You were right. Totally agree with you on that. Peace, my brother Mark Quinn. Oh my goodness, man. That's a beautiful brother, beautiful spirit, a warrior as well. One of them brothers, man. One of them brothers I gotta have on as well because a great communicator, someone who I love to dialogue with. Very, very, very insightful, has a great perspective on things. So, Brother Mark Quinn, thank you for tuning in to your God Brother show. I'm just going over what some of the things that we talk about when we're around each other, man. We're always trying to decipher, find where the truth lies and walk therein, So I want to get on here on this platform and be responsible to you all because, man, if we do this with one another, imagine how we'll be able to then go out from a moment like this where men are dialoguing, or sisters, if they chime in, where black people are dialoguing on a high enough level where we can go out and see things and possibly avoid some of the pitfalls and traps that are laid for us. So that's why I feel compelled to do this. And I'm glad that you all are validating that feeling by coming on and offering your insight as well. So keep on, whatever you see. I definitely want to know what your perspective is on those articles I just showed. Brother Chris, thank you for your perspective. Apocalypse, very rarely used word, not something that you're going to see the media use. Of course, they will sensationalize. Believe me, they definitely will do that. But even in that, they're communicating something, and they want to let people know, especially their readers, that this is a serious thing. In fact, it's so serious. I got these pieces here that I definitely did this a little different. Give me a second. I got these pieces here that coincide with that, and I want you all to see these things. So let me pull this up. This is something that you all may not be as, I don't know, I don't see a lot of people talking about them. So Let's see if you are you familiar with this 2 mile line in Arizona. Walaikum salam, Sister Tamara. Man, thank you for tuning in. Two mile line in Arizona, a 4 hour wait in Ohio. Millions seek help to avoid going hungry on Thanksgiving. Now that I'm like, okay, this virus is kicking butt, but underneath this story, there's there's hunger. There's possible famine on the way. Please mention we are contentious objectives when it comes to vaccines. Period. Salam. Thank you. Conscientious. Yes, conscientious objectives when it comes to vaccines. Period. Man, praise be to Allah, Brother Antonio. Got that. Exactly. You are exactly on point with that. Let me show you another one. So that's a 2 mile line in Arizona uh, that I just pointed out. Ohio that I just pointed out. So what about this? It's a perfect storm in South Florida. Biggest food bank is on the brink of a food shortage. Man, bro, brothers and sisters, pay attention to what's going on. This is not something to take lightly. This is not something to look at and say, well, it's not in my backyard, so therefore I don't have to be concerned with it. I think that we'd be wise to look at those signs and start to prepare as soon as possible to survive possible food shortages throughout the country. So 1.5 million New Yorkers can't afford food. Pantries are their lifelines. So if there's a food shortage and pantries are going bad, are going desolate, then whew, what are we gonna expect in the coming days and years? It's like that in Michigan, huh? Says yes, and that is very very sad. It is, and it may not be as prevalent here in Chicago yet, possibly, but I wouldn't be surprised, to see that starts to touch all of the major cities, because if the economy is shut down, aspects of the economy have to do with agriculture and the transference of food from place to place and so on. A lot of these store shelves are not stocked the way they were pre-pandemic. I'll just have to be honest with you. I'll go to them. I check them out. I've seen some missing things. If you are familiar with that, please let me know. Okay, Brother Chris, I see here scripture uses the word pestilence to describe viruses and famines. Always follow pestilence. It's absolutely coming. That, see, that's the reason why I knew doing this thing would be gratifying, would be rewarding, because of brothers like yourself who are carriers of wisdom, who pay attention, who are scripturally inclined. Yes, I totally agree with you, and I bear witness that yes, the scriptures absolutely show us that pestilence, viruses, famines always follow pestilence. It makes sense. It makes absolute sense, and the scriptures are a guide. They are a script written in advance, so that in our time we can guide ourselves from making the mistakes that those who denied in accord to the scriptures, they who denied or rejected, their fates are written in the same scriptures. So we don't want to be on the side of the rejectors or the deniers. Not today, not in this hour. So thank you very much for that statement. I got another one that I wanted to show you all as well, just to show you that way ahead of that, this time is a, let me see here. Yes. Okay. Let me turn that one on. Let me go here. Is a final call cover. Keys to Black Survival, the value of the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in this critical hour. And the reason why I bring that up is because this is not new to those of us who follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. This is not new to us. This is absolutely something we've been taught about since the moment we got introduced to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. As you see the article at the top of this. Now, this was 2011 that this cover came out. The top of the article that's in the center page is the minister teaching on the black man must turn inward. So, once again, it goes to why I'm doing a show, because I definitely reflect often. I mean, that's something that the believers do. I reflect often, and as I'm reflecting and I'm starting to see these things manifest before me, yes, I talk to my loved ones and those around me, and I thank a lot for my wife who encouraged me, man, you need to share what you're seeing, what you're getting. You need to share that with people. And I may have some public influence or what have you, I have really, over the last few years, began to enjoy my privacy and enjoy my private life, keeping my business to myself. I'd enjoy doing that, and I got into a certain area of comfort with it, that doing this was as far away from my reality at the time it was introduced to me, as we say, as the far planet Pluto is from the sun. And that's 4,600,000,000 miles, if those who didn't know that. But now here I am. So I plan and Allah plans. And surely Allah is the best of planners. So please post the stream on your page. I'll catch the rest later after work. Peace, brothers and sisters. Man, peace to you, Brother Chris. Thank you. You came in, you contributed to the show. Your contribution is greatly needed and respected and appreciated. So thank you all. Thank you all for coming on and spending a little time with your God, brother. Let me see here. I got a few more things to share with you about what's going on around us. We talked about the virus, the vaccines, which we know we've been given divine instructions. Oh my goodness, if it ain't my wonderful best friend in the world, Yavanka Muhammad, you do amazing, great info. Praise be to Allah, man. Whenever you get that kind of validation from somebody whose opinion you absolutely not only respect, appreciate, but absolutely need, it boosts the whole self-esteem thing, So she knows my struggles, she knows what I go through, and her support is absolutely essential to why I'm able to do this right now. So I can go there and say, hey, look, your households in this day and time, how important is it for our households to be strong? But this is a great opportunity to strengthen those households. And us as men, we're the primary components in that. And the reason I say that is because we can either bring it together or we can push it apart. And that's a lot of times based on our egos and how we operate within the home. So you got to have peace and harmony in this day and time in your home in order to experience life opposite what's going on in the environment, which is depression, devastation, death, and so on. You want to be in the house and be in heaven. Can't do it without harmony, without you and your significant other, you and your children, you all understanding and being on the same page. So thank Allah for that in my life at this time. So I'm hoping that something I'm saying, because when I'm speaking, I truly am speaking just from my heart. I'm hoping that something that I'm saying is beneficial to you. And believe me, because I'm striving to be humble, anything that I say that is beneficial to you, give all praise to Allah, because it is Him that is the best of what is being expressed through me and through all of us. So I definitely am grateful for this opportunity. So we talked about the virus, we talked about the vaccines, and I didn't get deep into the vaccines because they'll be rolling out soon. And for whatever reason, yeah, that brings to mind, for whatever reason, we got people thinking, especially those who are in the stock market, which I am one who invests within the stock market. So I'm not here to encourage or discourage your investing. I'm just here to let you know that the stock market can be crazy at times. It can absolutely be crazy at times. So let me open up this piece right here, and you can see the stock market last week hit all-time closing highs, another record week in the midst of the economic downturn that this country is facing, in the midst of overwhelming unemployment, in the midst of coronavirus cases going up and hospitalizations going up. The stock market is booming at this time. And it's showing, which is a good thing for the people to see, that the detachment from Main Street and Wall Street, the differences between the two. So I wanted to definitely bring those out to my people who follow the stock market as I do. U.S. stock and sweep to records as hope for fiscal relief overshadows weak jobs data. Like I said, words are keys. Hope. The stock market is going up on hope. This shows you how when the reality hits, why people jump out of windows and do all of those kind of things, because they literally are putting money behind hope, behind their hope. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. So maybe some of that hope will pan out, but there is the likelihood that the stock market could wind up suffering as a result of unfulfilled hope. So there's no fiscal relief at this time, and the jobs data, as it shows in here, is weak. So we gotta be, watchful, keep a watchful eye out, and be realistic about what we're looking at. So I had this article here. Jim Rogers sees perilous times ahead, why government debt could crush the U.S. Now, Jim Rogers, for sake of going into his background, he's a rich white man. He's an investor, and he is over a fund that is partnered with a man called George Soros. So if you know that name, you know that kind of money. But what do they see? Brother Jeremy, oh man, my brother Jeremy, great to see you, brother. And it's a blessing to have a brother like yourself, man, tune in to my show. I'm humbled by that. But brother Jeremy is another brother who I've known since I was a teenager, and was a big brother to me and a few of my classmates when I was in high school. Uh, Great ball player. I mean, hooper. God dang it, man. Great mentor, and I'm just happy that you would tune in to the show, brother Jeremy. So, yeah. So I'm sharing just articles that I pulled up because I wanted to inform. I wanted to be able to give you all something that I thought would at least give you some tools to use as you're making decisions going forward. I would suggest, and that's not just my suggestion, but when you're looking at those things, anytime you go shopping, it would be wise to grab a little extra to put away. Just grab something, whatever you eat, whatever you love, especially non-perishable items, store them away. It's just a wise thing to do. We can't we can't assume that when this pandemic is going to let up and society is going to go back to normal and food is going to be flowing in the streets and milk and honey in heaven. No. I wouldn't suggest that you go that route with it. I would suggest that you say, well, maybe, just maybe, us being in this country for now over 400 years, mistreated, abused, despised, and rejected, maybe the God of heaven has heard our cry and is punishing this nation for its mistreatment of his chosen people. Just maybe. So if that is in your mind, if it's crossed your mind and you have thought on those lines, then as God is doing his work, let us prepare to survive what could possibly be in the near future, the fall of a once great nation. So I'm not here to preach or to get into doom and gloom, but I am here to be real and to be honest. And I would be foolish to not do that. This is a good look, little bro. I'm so proud of man, my big brother Mark D. Muhammad. I really could do a whole show just on the significance, the value of this big brother, man. But I thank you, brother Mark D, for chiming in. Of course, anything you have to say, anything you share with me is valuable, as has always been a brother who has helped me as I've come into the Nation of Islam, and he's just been a good guide for me, and just somebody who has given me great advice over these years, and I'm grateful, man. Just grateful. I would be a guest on your show whenever. Oh my God! So I already can see that I'm going to have a powerful show. You are making me cry, brother. Don't start crying. Don't start crying, big brother. But definitely somebody whose perspective and opinion and experience is second to none. I definitely need those kind of brothers to come in and share some of what you see and what you would suggest, and what you have experienced, especially in following the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, as long as you have been doing so. So I'm just pointing out a few things that, as I was saying, that man, if we can do this with one another, if I can take that position and say, okay, well, let me step out here, though I can entertain, I won't use my platform just for entertainment purposes. Like I said, I definitely want to get into song lyrics, raps. I definitely want to get into movies and reading into different things like that. I definitely, or even events that are happening around us, popular culture events. Yes, we do, brother Mark. Yes, we do. I do want to get into all of those things, but not primarily, not superseding the importance of a positive and dialogue with one another on the highest levels possible. So this is it for me. This is the platform that I've chosen. This is what I've chosen to do with it. I said, man, I don't want to just sit and do long interviews because I think that we have enough of those type of shows. My wife has a wonderful show called If My Name Be Lifted Up. If you haven't checked that out, go to her page, Yavanka Muhammad, and she just interviewed some very powerful sisters recently. That listening to their stories is so inspiring, and I'm grateful for being among brothers and sisters who have really meaningful lives. They're walking a journey that is like a book being written or a movie, So I enjoy it. I enjoy every step of this. Also, man, I want to give a shout out to my younger brother, brother Joshua Muhammad, off the record, down in ATL. This brother is has tremendous guests and is using his platform very responsibly. I love what he's doing, and he's able to take it to serious, to entertainment, and everything in between. And he's doing it at such a consistent rate, along with his other entrepreneurial endeavors. So definitely shout out to you, brother Joshua. I definitely enjoy your show and enjoy seeing your guest. Another one of my brothers who is like a mentor to me is brother Willie, student minister Willie Muhammad, down in Mosque number 46 in New Orleans. He has a show called I Have a Testimony. My goodness, his guests are amazing. A few weeks ago, he had some very powerful companions of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on his show, bearing witness, and I watched that show, and it's full of jewels. So if you are not following Brother Willie Muhammad, please go to his social media page or go to Mosque 46, look that up and chime in and check out what he's doing because it is awesome. I see my brother Fred, love you, bro. May Allah continue to bless you with an overabundance of success with your show. Man, to be loved by that kind of brother. I tell you, man, I'm humble, brother. I'm humble entirely, man. I'm talking about brothers who I know are just stand up brothers, like, man, I'm so grateful to be in that kind of brotherhood, man, where we can say to one another, I love you, brother, and mean it and be sincere. How many black men are suffering with the reality of having not been told or have no one to tell, I love you? Brother, I was once one of those black men struggling with that, with expressing my feelings, especially among other men. How we're raised in society that make it something else other than what it truly is. And fortunately for us, we have a man before us who has no problem expressing his love for us. And he has taught us, as the scripture says, love ye one another, even as I have loved you. So we have no problem showing love for one another in the Nation of Islam, brothers to brothers, sisters to sisters. We have no problem with that, and in fact, it is on that love that we are viewed the way we are viewed. Man, this is something that you can't just easily penetrate. You can't come in and mess that kind of love up. So we got to keep that going, brothers and sisters. Man, love to see men help men keep up the good work. My brother Ozell, I'm talking about now, this is a brother that knows me from grammar school. One of my best friends in grammar school, man. And I to this day, I have a fondness for him, his sister. Man, please give your sister the greetings, brother Ozell. So you all are forever with me in my heart, because I was shaped and molded by our friendship coming up in fifth grade and sixth grade and so on. I mean, man, back when I was, we used to, me and Brother Jose, I ain't gonna get into all of that, but we was definitely partners. We definitely were best friends. So I appreciate that time that we shared, and now that we're more mature, we should get back around one another and share some of the wealth of our experiences with each other. So that's part of what I'm doing here on this show, brother. So I'm going, man, uplifting the brothers. Yes. You know it, sis. You know that's what I do. I got music. In fact, the title, my name, Your God Brother. You think that a person who would name himself Your God Brother is not in love with the brotherhood? Please, no, that's what I'm striving to be, man. I had a God brother growing up, Richie, Richard Coleman Jr. Shout out to my God brother. But he and I around the same height, same age, 6 days apart, birth anniversaries. He was the bond we had from two people born of separate mothers and fathers. You know, that was like, man, because I was the oldest in my family, he was the oldest in his. We had something, that kind of bond that was special. So that was my God brother, brother Richie Coleman, and from that day, man, from that time in my life, I've always viewed the term God brother as something significant. Like I held a high regard for that title. You know how we are in the hood, though. We got play cousins. We got. I don't know if y'all familiar with that, but in Chicago, man, we had play cousins that was spending nights over the house, come eat with. I mean, they could have been born from our uncles and aunts. How close we were with our play cousins and your God brothers and sisters. Man, they could have been from the same loins, the same womb that you came from, because the tightness is like that kind of thing that black people do with one another. How we make family out of each other. Once again. And what my brother Murad said, I'll get back to my point. He said, it was such an honor to tune in with you. I truly miss you and all the believers. Let's continue to follow our divine instructions, yet at the same time we must unify. Please put up a link so I can tune in to the rest. Thank you, brother. May Allah bless you with much more success. And if you can help in any way, if I can help in any way, let me know. Love you and the family. Salam alaikum. Wa alaikum salam, my brother. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all so much for giving me your comments, sharing with me how you feel, man, liking my show, and just encouraging me to keep this going. So I will keep this going. This is first time. This is my first official show. I got to get my intro together. I got to work on. I'm not the tech person. My wife truly is the one, and we got a couple sons that are tech savvy. I am not the tech person, so it took me a long time just to navigate learning what these buttons do, and I'm still learning. And I was a little self-conscious about getting on here because I felt like, man, what if this goes wrong, what if that goes wrong, so on and so forth, but eventually, you get out here and you do it. You just get out here and see, well, it is what it is. I'm here, and your responses are absolutely giving me everything I need to keep going. So praise be to Allah. I was dealing with the family aspect of black people, how we take each other in as family. I was dealing with my name, Your God Brother, and the significance of that name, and why I chose to be called that, because that's what I'm striving to be. So I got music as well that I definitely want to bring onto my live, incorporate in some way. I'm still working on that, because I got music that expresses that very thought, that very feeling, that it ain't nothing like the brothers. The scripture said, "I passed from death into life because I love the brotherhood," and so definitely you can hear out of me if you're listening, with your inner ear. You can hear that I'm operating really off of that kind of love, and that kind of love, that excitement for life. This is not a dun 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 dun. You know how I feel. This is not a complaining session. I'll put it like that. This is not me getting on here and throwing off blame on anybody, and or even on the society that I live in, though they carry some blame. I'm not here for that. I'm here to just share the truth of what I've been taught. And I would love to hear from you, the truth from what you've been taught, because if the minister tells us, the truth hugs and kisses truth. So we all need it. We need it. I feed from you. I'll go to your pages. I scroll up and down Facebook all day long, hoping that something that you're sharing is going to feed me. And there are a lot of people who are doing that. I named some of them. I definitely have to shout out my brother, my big little brother, brother Ben X, and the ABS tribe, because his work and the work that they're doing is absolutely at my foundation. They're the ones that have encouraged me through his digital real estate course, which I was fortunate to get early on, and I'm using some of the great wisdom that he's been sharing with us. He and the brother Jake Taylor, my brothers Young Khan, the Don, the coach, my brother Hakeem has been going around doing many interviews. These are my brothers who I got songs with as well. Let me put that out there. I got songs with those brothers as well. Very, very powerful music that I can't wait to share with you all. And I'll have on future shows. I'll have them on, God willing, and I'll have the music that we've made on as well. So definitely want to do my shout outs to people who are doing shows themselves, because these platforms, this is the new television, to be honest with you. This is my channel right now. You've tuned in to your God Brother show on Facebook right now. Hopefully I'm going to extend it to YouTube and Instagram and all of Twitter and all those other social media platforms, but I gotta learn what I gotta learn. So that's just about it for me. I'm wrapping up right now. As you can see, I just wanted to share those things. We talked about the pandemic, about the virus, about the vaccines, a little bit about the vaccines. We talked about food shortages going on around the country, the need for preparation, the need for survival kits, the need to store food in your homes, just in case. We haven't even reached the winter weather yet like that. I know there was just a nor'easter in the northeastern part of the country. Things that I pay attention to. The weather. The minister told us to watch the weather. I watch the weather. So and the significance of the weather is something that I want to share with you all as well. So those are the main points that I had to share with you this morning. I will be back. Don't know how soon, whether it be tomorrow morning or even this evening, depending on if I have something, I have enough to come on and give to you. But I thank you all for tuning in to your God Brother show, coming on my live, leaving comments, helping me to make this transition into a social media platform and streaming. So may God bless you all. Have a wonderful and productive day. Make sure that you kiss and love those that are around you, and really try to create harmony and peace in your life, especially at home, because I think the times that we're facing are going to get even more difficult for us. So, with that being said, Assalamu alaikum.